says he's Canadian, Asian, maybe he's Croatian, maybe he's Jamaican, depending on what state he in. Oh my God. That is Drake. Peace, family. It's your boy OG, and welcome to OG Reacts. And today we're doing something a little bit different with the air of dissension in hip hop of late. I wanted to discuss it a little bit, but reflect a little bit as well, just because I've enjoyed it. It's been very satisfying to see real hip hop and real cats from hip hop take a stand. Fortunately, unfortunately, depending on which side of the fence you stand on, it's been a very interesting year for Drake fans and Kendrick fans. I happen to be a Kendrick fan, and so watching the dismantling that Drake has felt has been amazing. And not amazing in a sense of happy amazing, just amazing in a sense to watch it transition to the court of law, or at least an attempt of engaging the court of law. You just never seen in hip hop before. And that's in large part because there's no place for it in hip hop. There's just really no place for you to go to that infrastructure in America to solve a rap beef or your beef with rap or hip hop. And so, just watching it has been interesting. But the reason why I'm creating this video is because the actual beefing part, or the interaction or the songs that have come out between Kendrick and Drake have been not as unfamiliar as people might think. I've watched Drake participate in a few more battles over the years. He's had a battle with Pusha T, which arguably affected him consciously in the hip hop conscience. Not as far as record sales. Drake still went on to sell millions and millions of records, I think. I don't really follow him like that as far as numbers go, but I'm pretty confident he was doing pretty well for himself post Pusha T. But it was an eye-opening battle just because Push put some stuff out there that, Drake would have never probably mentioned his son if Pusha T didn't put him out there, because he literally had a baby with a porn star or OnlyFans star or whatever she's called, but not your traditional baby mama, right? And he put out a scathing photo of Drake in blackface, which you've just never seen from a rapper in our culture. And so, to have Pusha T put him on blast like that definitely showed some kink in his armor. But he had also a battle with Meek Mill, which many would argue Drake won. I would say Drake won as well. I don't think Meek was ready for battle. And Meek historically is a battle rapper, and so it's kind of confusing why he didn't come out the way he needed to on it. But I think Meek just bowed out gracefully to the power that was Drake at the time, because Drake was on top of the hill at the moment. Not to say that he wasn't on top of the hill with Pusha T, but Pusha T was ready. Pusha T had bullets in the barrel, for lack of a better term. I don't know if people have been paying attention to, of late, this kind of non-musical battle that Drake has been having with Joe Buttons. Now, I am a follower of Joe Buttons. I have always been. I'm a few years older than Joe, so I'm able to have participated and watched Joe's evolution. I remember Joe as DJ Clue insert. He was on some songs. I remember Feud music, one of my favorite catalogs. I remember his later stuff. Like Joe had Slaughterhouse. I remember that. And so Joe has a catalog that can compete with any rapper that considers himself an MC. anyone. But he was able to transition. He decided that he was done with rap. He was done fighting that rap fight because he never really was able to get over that crossover hump because of bad business. And he learned a lot and learned enough to be able to transition into podcasting, where now he's one of the most successful hip hoppers in potting, without question. And he's really good at it. And so Joe's been able to transition. But what many people nowadays don't really realize is that history of Joe being an MC and being an elite MC. And part of his story, historically, is his rap beef with Drake. Now, I wouldn't even consider it a rap beef because I don't remember Drake responding other than some subs. He threw in some subs in some of his songs. One of his songs, I know he mentioned Pump It Up as a joke because that was one of Joe's only crossovers. It's almost like the going joke in hip hop that Joe never really was able to take it to that next level. Even Joe jokes about it. But before all that, Drake was a fan. Drake was a fanboy, and Drake acknowledged that much of his style he got from Joe. Him and Joe at one point, I believe that they were cool. They had some interactions early in Drake's career. Drake was acknowledging him as, the OG. And I think as stuff went on, Drake got a little bit more popular and started feeling himself. Him and Joe kind of fell out. Could be vice versa. It could have been Joe feeling himself or what was going on. I don't know. But I know that the young boy who was new to rap, who was garnering a lot of attention, money, blah, 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 that can kind of go to your head. Joe's been in the game long enough to have seen it all, been through it all, seen people come, seen people go. And so Joe decided that he was going to put some songs out. And in particular, these songs were directly aimed at Drake. And they never got the light of day, really, because of Drake's influence in hip hop and Joe's lack of influence, really, because he might have been early potting, but he definitely is not the potter he is today. And shortly after that, he decided to retire. It was shortly after what Joe said, I'm done with that. I'm focused on this because this for me is where the money is at. And he ain't never lied. These two songs I wouldn't say two songs because he put out more songs, but I'm just focusing on these two, were the most, I think, damaging songs that I've ever heard about Drake. More than Pusha T and Kendrick. And what you're going to notice in these songs is how relatable they are to today. Right now, it's almost like Joe could read the future because the shit he says in some of these songs, you're going to be like, wow, how did he know that? How did he say that? And these songs literally were done almost a decade ago. Almost a decade. So we're going to check out two songs. One is Wake, which is almost a double entendre, basically saying, I'm awake and this is awake. You know what I'm saying? Which is the more tamer of the two. The next song is where the kill shot basically took place. Stick around because you want to experience this kill shot. If you love hip hop, if you love battle rap, and I'm not talking about that face-to-face battle rap, I'm talking about bars on wax, for lack of a better term, then you're going to, if you hadn't heard it already, you're going to love these two incredible songs. First up, we got Wake.
My check. 1, 2, 1, 2. New Joe Budden.
Good afternoon to everyone. I'm Kenny Powers.
Everybody,
if you're here,
Kenny Powers,
and you're someone Shane cared about, someone Shane loved, or maybe you're just somebody who has no business being here at all, who's just here because you think it's going to make you more popular. You know, Shane and I used to fuck around big time. We'd fucking party hard. We'd ride our vehicles around, slay ass.
Now, part of the reason why that's the beginning of the song because Joe is basically saying, I know the dude. We used to move around. When he first came on the scene, I was his OG. And so show me some respect, young boy.
My condolences, my condolences. Whole family in mourning, send my condolences. My condolences, crazy, I just spoke to him. Courtney dropping drinks on her, who does she lose her focus? Shit, don't send a text, I don't care, y'all mad. Shit, I waited 5 days, nigga, where y'all at? For real, I'm calling Stunner. Cause all summer 16, they heard a hot 16 by all summer.
Now, this is where Joe starts to show his lyrical prowess. He just basically said, I'm getting ready to call Stunner. Stunner, who is Birdman, the owner of Drake's record label, or one of the owners. He's kind of the next tier up. And Joe's basically saying, I'm going to call Stunner because all summer 16, which is one of the name of Drake's albums or whatever, he ain't heard a hot 16 all summer. So he's basically saying, bro, I'm going to call your boss. Because I've been talking to you and I ain't been able to hear nothing. I've been waiting 5 days. Ain't nothing came out. So maybe I need to call your boss. And maybe he got some influence and help you with some bars. That's basically what he's saying.
My condolences, my condolences. Whole family in mourning, send my condolences. My condolences, crazy, I just spoke to him. Courtney dropping drinks on her, who does she lose her focus? Shit, don't send a text, I don't care, y'all mad. Shit, I waited 5 days, nigga, where y'all at? For real, I'm calling Stunner. Cause all summer 16, they heard a hot 16 by all summer. Awareness is hot, say attention I'm seeking. Since I'm reaching this offensive, they're convinced I'm a demon. Such a thin disagreement, some akin for a reason. Killing you is expected of me. I don't win an achievement. Somebody pinch me, I'm dreaming. Take this.
He basically said, I'm expected to do this. I don't get acknowledgement for doing what I'm about to do to you. They expect it. So don't think I'm doing this for clout or anything like that, because that's not what it is.
Mental reprievement, since I know the nigga, I know this ain't the man that I'm seeing. I heard it straight from the Bama's mouth. He won't pull a hammer out. Wasn't you at Hove show scared to pull a camera out? I'm seeing mouth. Mental reprievement.
So basically, he just so he's sunning him right now. He said, I just spoke to the Bama. Don't talk that hammer shit, because you was the dude that was at the Jay-Z show scared to pull your camera out. Let's not talk about hammers. You can't even pull a camera out, bro. And I can almost bet that that when Drake heard it, he was just like, damn, he wanted to mention that shit just because I didn't want to, take a picture. You know that's one of those lines that is strictly for him and Joe.
Since I know the nigga, I know this ain't the man that I'm seeing. I heard it straight from the Bama's mouth. He won't pull a hammer out. Wasn't you at Hove show scared to pull a camera out? I'm seeing habit switch, magic tricks. You froggy behind the Apple fix. The passiveness in your manner, I might react to it. Automatic shit, ratchet kids at your crib. They can't even spell Calabasas, bitch. So I take automatic trick. He won't put.
Okay, so a lot to unpack right there. Basically, he said, skip all the tough talk, because he's going to bring cats to your crib that can't even spell Calabasas. So that's basically, he's saying he's going to bring the grimiest. So don't even try him. Don't try like, I got my boys, you got your boys, because your boys are from Toronto and they're not really ready for what we coming with.
Pull a hammer out. Wasn't you at Hove show scared to pull a camera out? I'm seeing habit switch, magic tricks. You froggy behind the Apple fix. The passiveness in you.
And he mentioned the Apple thing. So Apple is an interesting conversation, right? Just because Apple is part of the reason why Drake has gotten so much burn that he's gotten. I don't know the name of the album, but it's the album when he's the little kid on the cover and it's like the clouds in the background. That's when the Apple relationship kind of developed. And ever since then, Drake has been, if you look on Apple's playlist or whatever, he was the go-to. He was on every playlist. That's what the beef is now. Drake's beef now is saying that they were playing favorites with Kendrick, when that's how you got your burn. That's how you got your play. Is from being favored, right? It's Apple Music. Apple Music is next to Spotify, and even then, probably Spotify wasn't what it is now. So come on, bro. The Apple fix got you crazy.
Yeah, man, I might react to it. Automatic shit, ratchet kids at your crib, they can't even spell Calabasas, bitch. So I take all the guns, load half the clips. I just noticed you run, we mentioned half the clips. I say that for another time, I have to clip your kids at your...
He said you start to run when I mention half the clips. Now, this was before the Pusha T beef, right? So this is what I mean by Joe he just knows shit, or he knew shit that nobody else knew, right? Because Pusha T is half the clips. And why would you say that if there wasn't beef already? So he knew what was coming between Pusha T and Drake.
Crib, they can't even spell Calabasas, bitch. So I take all the guns, load half the clips. I just noticed you run, we mentioned half the clips. I say that for another time, I get back to it. I'm kinda shocked to look at what we've advanced to. Knew it get you dismantled, knew the issues I ran through, signal the scandal. Or maybe I just misunderstand you. I kept it a buck, thought that was shit you could handle. You said you wondered if anything you was doing was brand new, right? I got him, no one help, father punch below the belt. Introspection means dig deep, let's look below the wealth. I want it.
He said introspection means look, let's look below the wealth. Let's look. You all you talk about is how much money you got. Who are you, bro? We don't know who you are for real. We don't know who you are for real because you jump on every bandwagon you can. And as soon as that bandwagon is rolled down, you jump to the next one. You ain't heard Drake do no Afro beats in the last seven years, but he was on that train at one moment. You ain't heard him doing no reggaeton, but he was on that bandwagon for a minute.
I know myself. How you tell bitches know themselves when you don't even know yourself? You wouldn't know yourself. Say Canadian, maybe Asian, Croatian, be sounding like it's Jamaican friends, depend on what state he in.
Jesus says he's Canadian, Asian, maybe he's Croatian, maybe he's Jamaican, depending on what state he in. Oh my God. That is Drake, right? You don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know who he is. Oh man.
I think you rap good. Bitches know themselves when you don't even know yourself. You wouldn't know yourself. Say Canadian, maybe Asian, Croatian, be sounding like it's Jamaican friends, depend on what state he in. I think you rap good, but you a movie star, so that owl's appropriate. We don't know who you are.
But that owl's appropriate. We don't know who you are. God. Oh.
Where did the boy but Croatian be sounding like it's Jamaican friends, depend on what state he in. I think you rap good, but you a movie star, so that owl's appropriate. We don't know who you are. Where did the boy brain change? Was it the club scene? Now you sound like you use people and love things, but later for how you use people and love things, the entendres that upswing when I call you drunk king. That record.
You use people and love things.
Was it the club scene? Now you sound like you use people and love things, but later for how you use people and love things, the entendres that upswing when I call you drunk king. That record contract leaves a lot to exam. Never dealt drugs in his life, but sold a lot of gram. That's too much baking soda. Good thing my break is over. They think it cause my paper low, it is for race to blow.
Oh my God. The double entendres are ridiculous, right? Because the Graham double entendre I don't know if you peeping game, but you sold a lot of grams, drug dealer, but you sold a lot of grams, Aubrey Graham.
Bacon's contract leaves a lot to exam. Never dealt drugs in his life, but sold a lot of gram. That's too much baking soda. Good thing my break is over. They think it cause my paper low, it is for race to blow up. But maybe they just woke up. You leverage your celeb, taking waves over. That territorial takeover. Maybe he think.
Yo, Listen again.
Maybe you think my break is over and think it's cause my paper lower this for race to blow up. But maybe they just woke up. You leverage your celeb taking waves over. That's territorial takeover.
So he said you leverage your celeb by taking waves over. So basically he's saying, look, you jump on every wave, right? Every cool wave you take over. And then he said, but that's territorial takeover. So basically he's saying you going into other people's joint. Same shit Kendrick is saying. This is what I mean by this. What Kendrick is saying is basically what Joe was saying almost 10 years ago. This is territorial takeover. This is you going to Atlanta. This is you going to Africa. And not literally going there, just figuratively, just taking the sound. Right? Going to the West Coast, going to Houston, going to wherever you can go to grab whatever you can, and then bouncing. Deep, man, deep.
Maybe you think nobody notices. Gucci wasn't home 2 seconds before you wrote his dick. Body Versace flows, copy that he stole. Adios mio, sorry amigos, adios amigos.
I know it might be hard for some of y'all to hear, right? So he's continuing that idea of territorial takeover. He said, you jumped on Gucci's dick soon as he came out. Gucci Mane, when he came out of prison, I don't know if you peep game, but him and Drake was somewhere immediately. And then he mentioned the Migos. And he said, adios, amigos. Was that your plan all along? Get what you can from them, then you don't fuck with them no more. Oh, man.
Flows, nobody notices. Gucci wasn't home 2 seconds before you wrote his dick. Body Versace flows, copy that he stole. Adios mio, sorry amigos, adios amigos. Was that your plot all along? Why you ain't do that vid with Fetty, but you hopped in a song? No, really, we want a party album, but you keep stealing all the party albums to go and put it on your party album.
Oh, my God. So, just 2 or 3 days ago, I don't know how long ago, but the Party Drake album came out. Now, Party has been a part of the Drake camp for the longest. I don't think Party has had a full-length joint come out. Much of what you have heard from Drake over the years, Party has been involved in. He's a writer, he's a producer, he's a talented cat. Joe just said, we want a Party album, but you keep stealing Party's album and putting it on your Party album. We want a Party album, but you keep stealing Party's album and putting it on your Party album.
There's plenty reason to slay you. Kept going up Tuesdays, now the weekend just hates you. Are you like this? Sound like
Just keep going up Tuesdays, now the weekend just hates you. Double entendre, Tuesdays, days of the week. The Weeknd, him and Weeknd used to be cool. Now Weeknd don't fuck with Drake by any stretch of the imagination, and vice versa. Drake don't really fuck with Weeknd either. But, damn, Joe.
a zombie on the track. When it started from the bottom, it was zombie on the track. Know who else started from the bottom? Zombie on the track. How come after that joint I don't see zombie on the track? I'm from Jersey.
Zombie, who is a producer. Very successful producer at that. Much of his success came because of one of the songs that he produced for Drake, which became one of Drake's most popular songs, which is Started From the Bottom, Now We're Here. Boom. That's a zombie track. You'll always know a zombie track because you hear zombie on the track. After that, one of Drake's most successful songs, No More Zombie. We don't hear zombie. Where's zombie at? He produced one of your top selling songs of all times. Where's zombie?
We want a party album, but you keep stealing all the party albums to go and put it on your party album. There's plenty reason to slay you. Kept going up Tuesdays, now the weekend just hates you. Are you like this? Sound like a zombie on a track. Never started from the bottom, it was zombie on the track. Know who else started from the bottom? Zombie on the track. How come after that joint I don't see zombie on the track? I'm from Jersey, so zombie, I got your back. Be alarmed, the real is finally back. Get your guard up now, hook your heart up now. Battery in him, let's see if he get charged up now. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. We at the wait.
Who was Goose and who was Tom Cruise? Well, now that Shane is dead.
So that's the end of that song. I'm gonna save the second song for another video. I'm gonna do it and post it. You check it out if you want to. But I'm telling you, that's the video and the song that put the nail in the coffin. This was tame. This was kind of Joe just doing some exercise almost, like doing some push-ups, right? It wasn't the workout. The workout is the next joint. But crazy how this song and the next one connects to what's going on today with Drake and even Kendrick. Tell me what you think of the song. You know, you heard the song, you listened to it, you might want to check it out, but let me know what you think of the lyrics, what even your thoughts are around the Drake-Kendrick beef. That's really interesting to hear other people's perspectives. I know there's some Drake fans out there who don't really feel a lot of the shit that's going on these days in reference to their boy. And then you have the Kendrick fans who are just, they're in their zone right now. They are loving life. It's your boy OG. OG Reacts. Be good to each other. Be good to yourself. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.